All right. Well, welcome to anybody who's watching. Um, this should be a really interesting stream. It's the first time I'm trying out a hardware hacking stream. So yeah, this is pretty exciting, pretty pretty nerve-wracking for sure. Never done this before. Um, but hopefully it'll be a good time. So yeah, I guess I'll start by just showing off what I wanted to hack today, which is building a guitar pedal circuit. So if I can bring in my display. Alright, I hope that is visible. Yeah, so this is a guitar pedal, a distortion effect pedal that I want to build. It's kind of a really well-known, almost legendary pedal that's been used for decades. It was invented way back in the... Oh yeah, you could see. There's the history. The first one was created in 1978. So this is very old school. And what's cool about this is that it's old enough that we actually have the schematics of the original circuit just available on the internet for people to view and build your own clones. So this was a project I've always wanted to do, and I've built a couple of guitar pedal circuits in the past, but I haven't really done a lot. So this is still all very much a learning experience for me. But I thought that it might be interesting to live stream this. I think the process is interesting, and you'll get to see me encounter many hurdles and hopefully figure out some solutions and watch me solder some stuff. So yeah, this is also, well, this is the second build that I will be doing on perf board, which is these circuit boards. These are like not quite as hacky or temporary as a breadboard, where you plug things in. And I have a breadboard around here too. Here's one. Here's one with stuff on it. Wow, look at that. Oh, this was actually this was the second pedal I built, which was in Ibanez. What's the name of the pedal? It's the green one. It's the green overdrive. I'm blanking on the name, but yeah. See, this kind of breadboard circuit, you just plug things in, plug and play. But of course, that also means you can take stuff out really easily. But then with a perf board, you're actually soldering things into it, so it's more permanent. I have a... Okay, this was the... Oh my god. This was the first circuit I ever tried building. And I went straight to perf board, I think. Or maybe I did some prototyping on breadboard. But yeah, here, this is a perf board, and you can see it's all... I don't know if you could see it that well. It's all soldered together. That's super out of focus. But it's all soldered together. So, all these connections are tight, and it's more permanent. And then if you were to really be mass manufacturing these circuits, you would be getting some PCBs printed out. But since I'm only making one-off circuits, there's no no need to be making PCBs. So yeah, this circuit is, we can take a look at the circuit. It's not too complicated. It might look like a lot at first, but trust me, circuits get much more unwieldy than this. All these components are really standard, so maybe yeah, nice. Okay, so these, what happens, how come I can't scroll left and right? Okay, I'm gonna have to, whoa. This is weird. Why won't it show the rest? Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay, so hopefully you can all see that. But yeah, so the whole circuit's just made of really basic parts: resistors, capacitors. There's some diodes. These are actually really important for the sound because these do the clipping, which creates the distortion effect. And then there's one single IC, which is actually a pretty unique op-amp, operational amplifier, that has a really low gain bandwidth product. And for those who maybe aren't versed in signal speech or circuit speech, it just means that basically it doesn't like signals that go too fast. So it kind of dulls out high frequencies, right? So really high pitched noises get kind of filtered and reduced. And it prefers to let bass through rather than high frequencies. And that's actually really key to the sound because of distortion circuits make a lot of high frequency noise, and high frequencies don't always sound pleasant. Yeah, what else? So this website's awesome, electrosmash.com. They have a whole bunch of circuit schematics as well as really in-depth analysis for how each of these circuits work. So if anyone is curious and wants to know about these circuits, you can check out that website. And they did a great job of not only showing the schematic but also separating it out into different parts, which is really cool of them to do. So yeah, I'm just gonna start building. Building is basically just laying things out on your perf board and soldering them together, and trying not to make a whole mess of things, which I'm definitely going to make a mess of things. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to explain, what is going on in each of these parts. I'm just going to start building. And I'm actually going to start building from the powered. I don't know. Do I do the power stage first? Or just the rails? I try to plan these things out in advance as much as I can. But I didn't do much planning for this. I was just kind of gonna go for it and see what happens. Which may or may not be the smartest thing to do. But let's see. So this is a little enclosure that I would like to put the circuit into. Also, for anyone who might be curious, I actually had this video pulled up for how this pedal sounds. I don't know if this sound's gonna come through. Okay, hopefully you heard that, and hopefully it wasn't too loud or too quiet. But yeah, really, really classic distortion sound. So yeah, this enclosure is meant to hold basically these circuits, right? The main components are, well, you have the circuit itself. That's doing all the signal processing. And then there's this is a foot switch, right? So this, you step on this and it turns the effect on or off. And really what it does, actually, it's oh my god, what it's called, 3DP CPO, what are these called? Let me look this up real quick. There's a name for these switches, but these switches are like really 3DPT. Wait, foot switch for pedals. 3PDT, which is something. Triple throw, double something. Anyways, it turns the circuit on and off. If it's off, then it actually just lets the electrical circuit pass right through. And then when it's on, it goes through the circuit. Yeah. And then you have these. So these are, I don't know if you could see this. That right there. That piece. That's where the audio jacks go. So that's where your guitar cable goes in one end, another cable out the other end. So there will be two of them. This is a little power jack. So that's where the power cable is going to get plugged into, which I hope I have with me, but I don't need it yet. And then these are these little knobs or potentiometers. So these are going to control things like volume, distortion amount. I think there's also a tone knob on the circuit as well, which will control basically EQ of the highs and the lows and the mids. And yeah, that's basically it. So, you know, I feel like this enclosure might be too small. I'm not totally sure yet. I could certainly try to build on this, but I'm thinking actually to start with a larger circuit board first and just get it working and not worry about trying to fit it into the enclosure at the moment. Something like this would be good. See, it's a little bit too big for this enclosure. I could always get a larger enclosure. But yeah, having some more space would be probably helpful just from a prototyping perspective. And then I could always try and build it again on a smaller board later if I find that I didn't need so much space. And yeah, so I think I can just get started. So the first thing I wanted to do was put power rails on this, which means basically, you know, I want one wire running along one edge of this board to be where the positive voltage goes, and then the other to be where the ground is. And actually, this circuit needs two power lines. It needs a 9 volt and a 4.5 volt. So it's going to need two power lines, which it would be good if they don't touch. You don't want them to touch. So I'm thinking maybe the 9 volt goes down this way, 4.5 that way, and the ground over here. Keep them well separated. Yeah, so to do that, I need to strip some wire. Now the fun begins. Some actual building. Alright, let's see how this goes. So I'm gonna just take this red wire and strip it. Let me see. Let me find the right size first before I go and strip it fully. Maybe there, smallest one. Let's try that. Because what happens is pick the wrong size and you just snap the wire in half. And this might not even work. Uh-oh. This might even be too large. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. Great. Yeah, that came off clean. Alright, good. So, now I'm just going to strip the right amount that I want, which is about here. Just kind of remember that. Ballpark doesn't have to be exact. It's not super easy. It gets harder to strip longer pieces, so I hope this comes off okay. Ugh. Yeah, this might be kind of tricky to do. Let me think about this. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna really work that well. I could do it in smaller pieces. Could try that. Maybe I'll do it in increments. This might take a while. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to get done in an hour, which is what sort of limiting my time to right now. But we'll see. We will see. We'll try. Alright. It's going. It's going. Okay. A little bit more. Maybe I won't go all the way to where I wanted to. Doesn't really matter too much at the moment. Let's see how much that is. That might be good. That's a solid amount of wire. So I'll just cut that there. And then what would be good is to hold this in place somehow. So I'll do this. Thread one in through. I don't know if you could see this even, but I'll thread one in through like that. That didn't stay. Let's go in even more. Okay. Come on. I'm definitely not very experienced at building these, so some patience will be required. It's a learning experience for me. I feel like that's too long on this side, huh? Maybe I could do this. Bend both ends? Oh, my phone. It's fine. I think I just need to tie one end down. Let's see. What's a good way to do this? Let's see. What's a good way to do this? I might have actually wanted this to be longer. That's alright. So I think I can just hook it through. Yep. It's fine. It's just getting the other end to kind of stay put is the challenge. If I could just solder this side. So maybe if I go like this, and then this is going to be way too short, huh? Yeah, I see. Okay. Well, that would work. That would work. just wanted to go along the whole length, but I can always add another wire if I want it to continue more. So I'm just going to start with this. This will be a good first practice solder. Now, I like using this thing to keep the board in place. This is sort of third hand tool. The one I have is kind of crappy, but oh well. It does the job. Just looking at the view of the camera to see whether it sort of capturing everything. Because what is easy for me to see is maybe not the easiest for the camera to see. I think really ideally I'd be wearing this thing on my head. If I had like a GoPro or something, that would be probably a little better. Okay. Yep, okay. And I'm also thinking, don't really want these things in the back, but I can actually clip those off later. Alright. Yeah, these are the power rails, so I want to make sure that they're not going to be accidentally shorting anything. Alright, I'm just waiting for the soldering iron to come up to temp. Oh, I probably can't even see it. Let's move this over. Let's move that. Let's get that out of the way. Alright, letting the soldering iron come up to temp. It's like 650, 700. So, soldering, to make things easier, comes in two parts. There's the resin, or the flux. Flux. That helps things sort of melt easier, or become like more liquid easier. And then there's the solder itself, which is just it's just metal, but it contains some other stuff. I mean, it's what is it? I know there's lead in it. It's a specific alloy. But it sort of melts really well and flows over stuff. That's what you use to make connections with. Okay, so I got my soldering iron, one hand, flux in the other, and then just go, oh wow, this really hardened. Dip the flux. Oops. Dip the solder in the flux, and then you just hold it to where you want to make that connection, and you try and hold it steady until the solder should, yeah, there we go. That's pretty good, I think. That might have been too much, I don't know. Let me see. It's good when the solder kind of like sucks into the hole, I guess. I really wish I had a fan or something to blow away the solder, because you don't want to be breathing in the vapor. It's pretty toxic stuff. Yeah, this stuff really hardened. So, do this side. You don't need a lot of solder. In fact, you don't want to have too much solder. Maybe I'll get like a mini fan or something next time. Or if I have one here, even better. Yeah, I don't think I have one. It's too bad. Good to get some ventilation. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's see. Did it reconnect? Did solder? I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. I can always test if this is shorted, but I mean it's just one wire, so I'm almost certain it is. Although I can go get a multimeter, and I do need a multimeter. I'll be right back. I got a multimeter. Voila. Okay. Get this more out of the way. So, diode mode. Now, can I take these off? These are like the pinch types. Okay. Well, I guess I could use these, but yeah, so it's shorted. Good. Well, so I want to bend these up. I don't know, do I have these? Different pliers. Couldn't really find better pliers. I got these tweezers. I hope these work. This might work. Yeah, these are fine. Nice. Ah, perfect. Okay. Now I'm just going to clip these off because I don't need them. Clip off these little bits. Whoa. Bye-bye. Okay. Try not to make a mess. Well, too much of a mess. Okay. Yeah. So I'll put one there. I guess maybe one here or down there. Yeah, I guess here. Really depends. So this power circuit, let me bring this back. This power circuit, it'll have, oh, it only have, okay. I was gonna say, so it'll have one resistor between the source and the supply and the 9 volt. That will be used for the rest of the circuit, and then another resistor here for the 4.5. Okay, yeah, so there's only basically 2 resistors here between the 9 and the 4.5. I guess the power source can go there. Then maybe ground can go here. 4.5, I guess, can go down here. I mean, it seems a bit odd to have the 4.5 so far. Maybe the 4.5 should be there. And then the ground on the other side. I guess I'll do that. I'll do that. Ah, nice. Okay. A little bit more. Nice. It's a good length. Clip this. And then let's start from hole 6. So from here, or actually let's start from here, and then decide where to end. Say there. Could be good. Oh yeah, I cut this thing way too long. Should be fine, I hope. Could have also put it next to the 9, but probably better to keep them separated. And then the ground should just go like, yeah. Good. Okay. Solder. Good. I really need a fan. Alright, just one more. Seems like a bit of waste of wire. Maybe I could reuse this. I also want to note which side is ground and which side is power. No, I guess that'll be easy to tell. Let's see if I can just do this. I need something to push this thing in without burning my hand or melting this. I really like that. Oh shit. I got all this solder everywhere. Clean that up a little bit. What I should do, yeah. Move this down one. To there. Maybe down even one more. Or actually, I should be doing this. Putting this here and then connecting the two with solder. Can I do that? Can I do this? Yeah, I should be able to. Should work. If I can make this part longer. Ah. And then that'll probably be as long as I need it to be. Okay. Shoot. Good if this part wasn't all yeah, probably fine. like holding my breath every time I solder. Try not to inhale any fumes. Probably a better way of doing this. Okay. Just want to move this. If I can. It's probably fine. Now if I can get this to be a little bit more steady. And maybe I'll just leave it on the ground. Okay. Now here's the actual reason to test for short. Let's see. Good. Great. Oh, cool. There's my power rail 1, 2, that's 9 volt, 4.5 volt. Then I just need to do the ground. Oh. That turned off. Clean up a little. Clip this off. Okay, last part. Definitely getting better at this part. Probably still a little bit too long, but that's alright. Cut a little short. That is pretty good. think the AC in the room is like blowing the solder smoke towards me. Not ideal. I think those are pretty good. Just for mechanical stability purposes, it'd be good to get solder bump right down in the middle of that wire. This is probably fine. Seems good. All right. I think next step. Let's put the power supply stage in. All right. Let me cut these. God, I forgot how time consuming this is, especially when you haven't done it in a while. Okay. So I think power supply stage, positive should go there, or maybe down here. Yeah, I could go here. Input here. So I wanted to use, where are those things? I just bought these. Little pins. Not these sockets. Did I not? I bought little individual sockets. This is an 8-pin. Did I not buy sockets? Shoot. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't need sockets, I guess. Yeah. All right. So the input, I'll put the input here for the power supply. But you can see on the diagram there's a 47 ohm resistor there. You know, I should probably put a ground maybe along this as well. That'll make it easier to solder this power part. Make it all around, yeah. Yeah. Let me put in this resistor first. So 47 ohms. 47 in this box somewhere. 47. I realize these were kind of small. Quarter watt. Am I using more than a quarter watt? 9 volts. How much current is that? No, it should be fine. Okay. How's that? So if I want to save room, I can make these things kind of go up vertically like this. Definitely seen this being done before. Well, it's not that easy to put in, huh? Just don't know if it's recommended because you don't want to make a magnetic loop. And that's just kind of ugly. No, I guess I shouldn't do that. Maybe 5? Wow, does it really take 5? I guess so. I feel like it would fit in 4, but... Okay. Let's go with this. This component, actually, am I putting in this backwards? Yeah, I think I am. Yeah, I want to solder on the other side. That's right. It's been a while. Don't want to solder on the side with the component. It fits in 4. Okay. There we are. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. Okay. Finally connect these. That should be good. Input power will go there. Maybe I can actually lay out a little bit more. Because from here, there's a few components that'll go to ground. Well, a 100K will go to the 4.5. Which can go there. So I can put that in. Oh. Timer just went off, so that's gonna be it for my stream today. But yeah, that's all for today. Thanks to whoever ended up watches in the future. Until next time.